Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the solved question paper of Technical Assistant Mines and Geology 2000 question paper, and I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NetGate, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 1. Coming to the first question. Asteroid belt is situated between, the choices are A. Mars and Jupiter, B. Mars and Venus, C. Mars and Earth, D. Neptune and Pluto. So, asteroid belt is situated between Mars and Jupiter. The asteroid belt is located between the orbits of the planets Mars and Jupiter. The asteroid belt is a torus-shaped region in our solar system, and that contains millions of asteroids, and the asteroids are irregularly shaped and range in size from dust grains to objects as large as Mount Everest. And the largest asteroid in the belt is Ceres, so which is about 1/4 of the size of the moon. So, asteroid belt is situated between Mars and Jupiter. A is the correct option. Next question. The average density of the seama layer of the crust is A. 2 to 7, B. 5 to 5, and C. 3 to 5, and D. 3 to 0. The average density of the seama layer of the crust is 3 to 5. The average density of the seama layer of the Earth's crust is in between 3.1 to 5 grams per centimeter cube. So, C. 3 to 5 is the correct option. Next question. The average thickness of the continental crust is A. 8 km, B. 200 km, C. 35 km, and D. 80 km. The average thickness of the continental crust is around 35 km. The average thickness of the continental crust is 30 to 70, and however the thickness can vary depending upon the tectonic region. For example, in the Himalayan region, the continental crust is as thick as 70 kilometers. So, the average thickness of the continental crust is 35 kilometers. C is the correct option. Next question. The average diameter of the Earth is, so it's also simple question, A. 40,000 kilometers, B. 6,371 kilometers, C. 12,742 kilometers, and D. 8,742 kilometers. The average diameter of the Earth is 12,742 kilometers. However, the diameter of the Earth, it varies depending on whether or where it is measured, because the Earth is not a perfect sphere. Next question. The mantle within the Earth extends a depth of A. 2,900 kilometers, B. 900 kilometers, C. 9,900 kilometers, and D. 1,900 kilometers. The mantle within the Earth, it extends to a depth of 2,900 kilometers. So, the mantle, it is made up of two layers, the upper mantle and the lower mantle. And the upper mantle, it extends from the crust mantle boundary to a depth of 410 miles or around 650 kilometers. And lower mantle, it extends from 660 kilometers to 2,900 kilometers. So, the mantle within the Earth extends to a depth of 2,900 kilometers. A is the correct option. Next question. The mineral which is least soluble water during chemical weathering is A. olivine, B. quartz, C. feldspar, D. pyroxene. So, the correct option is B. quartz. Quartz is a mineral that is least susceptible to chemical weathering because of its high stability. Next question. Spheroidal weathering is characteristic of A. dolerite, B. shale, C. schist, D. granite. Spheroidal weathering is characteristic of granite. Spheroidal weathering is a type of weathering that affects the jointed bedrock and is the most common in granite and basalts, and it is also known as onion skin weathering and concentric weathering, spherical weathering, or wool sack weathering. So, D. granite is the correct option. Next question. The boundary between felsic and mafic rocks is known as A. Conrad discontinuity, B. Mohorovičić discontinuity, C. Gutenberg discontinuity, and D. disconformity. The boundary between felsic and mafic rocks is known as a Conrad discontinuity. The Conrad discontinuity is a subhorizontal boundary in the continental crust where the velocity of the seismic waves, it increases in a discontinuous manner, and it is named after seismologist Victor Conrad. Next question. Different varieties of the same element are known as, this is also a very simple question, A. alkali elements, B. isotopes, C. halogens, and D. rare earths. Different varieties of the same element are known as isotopes. Isotopes of the atoms are the same element that have different numbers of neutrons in their nuclei. Next question. Landforms formed by rivers due to upliftment of terrain above base level are called, so the options given are A. deltas, B. alluvial fans, C. terraces, and D. point bars. So, the landforms formed by rivers due to upliftment of terrain above the base level are known as terraces. So landforms formed by rivers due to upliftment of terrain above the base level are called river terraces, and river terraces are flat areas or treads on the sides of the river valleys that are separated from adjacent floodplains by steeper areas called as risers, and they are the result of the vertical erosion by a stream into its own floodplain. So C, terraces is the correct option. Next question. Mountain glaciers originate from A, fjords, B, spurs, C, cirques, D, plains. Mountain glaciers originate from cirques. C, cirques is the correct option. Mountain glaciers originate from cirques, which are typically armchair shaped depressions in the mountains. So C, cirques is the correct option. Next question. Sand dunes with a crescent shapes are called A, parabolic dunes, B, Birchen dune, C, transverse dunes, and D, lateral dunes. Sand dunes with a crescent shape are known as the Birchen dunes. So the term was coined in 1881 by Russian naturalist Alexander von Middendorf-Birchen, and these are common in sandy deserts all over the world. So sand dunes with the crescent shapes are known as the Birchen dunes. B is the correct option. Next question. The most common agent of erosion is A, water, B, wind, C, cold, D, man. The most common agent of erosion is known as water. Water is the most common agent of erosion on the earth, and rain water is the most common cause of the water erosion. Rain can cause 4 types of soil erosion like splash, sheet, rill, and gully erosion. Next question. The broad area of the land below the sea level with a shallow depth is called A, continental slope, B, continental margin, C, continental shelf, and D, continental rise. So the correct option is C, continental shelf. The broad area of the land below the sea level with a shallow depth is called as a continental shelf. C is the correct option. Next question. Calcium carbonate deposits that grow from the roofs of caves are called A, moraines, B, stalactites, C, stalagmites, and D, ventifex. So the correct option is B, stalactites. Calcium carbonate deposits that grow from the roofs of the caves are called as stalactites, and these stalactites are icily shaped deposits that form when water dissolves limestone and the redeposits the calcium carbonate on cave ceilings. So B, stalactites is the correct option. Next question. An isolated column of rock left standing on a wave cut platform is called A, bar, B, spit, C, cliff, D, stack. The correct option is D, stack. An isolated column of the rock left standing on a wave cut platform is called as a C, stack or stack. Next question. Streams which are tributaries to rivers and flow in the opposite direction to the river are called A, consequent streams, B, antecedent streams, C, subsequent streams, and D, superimposed streams. The correct option is C, subsequent streams. Streams that flow in the opposite direction to the original consequent stream are called as subsequent streams. C, subsequent streams is the correct option. Next question. A deep circular depression in a glaciated region is called A, came, B, kettle, C, moraine, D, esker. The correct option is B, kettle. A deep circular depression in a glaciated region is known as a kettle. Next question. The first waves to be recorded in a seismogram are A, P waves, B, M waves, C, S waves, and D, L waves. So obviously the correct option is A, P waves. The first waves to be recorded in a seismogram. P waves are the first waves to be recorded in a seismogram because the P waves are primary waves. These are the fastest seismic waves and are known these are the first to arrive at a seismograph after an earthquake. And S waves or secondary waves are the next of the seismic waves to be recorded and usually larger than the P waves. Next question. The most strong earthquakes are due to A, tectonic activity, B, volcanic activity, C, water reservoirs, and D, depositional activity. The most strong earthquakes are due to tectonic activity. Tectonic activity is the cause of the strongest earthquakes on the earth. Megathrust earthquakes, these are the most powerful earthquakes that occur at convergent plate boundaries where one plate is forced beneath the other, and the thrust faults that form the contact between the plates are responsible for these earthquakes. And megathrust earthquakes, they can generate tsunamis that can be more destructive than the earthquakes. So A, tectonic activity is the correct option. Hope you have followed the question, and see you for the content and the questions in the next video. Hope you can explore geosciences. Hope you can subscribe and share this channel. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video.